going on, everyone? Welcome back to Dipped in Tone. I'm Rhett.
I'm Zach.
What's up? What's new with you?
Oh man, getting that winter crud. So I got that sore throat thing happening.
Tilly woke up the same thing this morning. Pretty sick, pretty tight.
It's the worst.
Pretty cool.
It's the worst. But yeah, apart from that, we're making all the Victors, getting that done, and like just planning out like the Mythos 2026. Man, that feels weird. Roadmap. So, but this episode's going to be interesting because we're here without our chaperone.
Yeah, we don't have our leader, our fearless. Like, it took us way longer to figure out how to get the session started because you haven't run it in a year or longer than a year, and I've never run Riverside. So we were both like, how do you... Wait, why is there an echo? Why is this not working? Why can't I see the chat? Where's the chat?
It's, the joys of technology.
Addison is greatly missed.
That's right.
For more than that reason. He should be back next week, but man.
How about you?
Well, I need a haircut. Looking at myself on the screen here.
You look great. I think you just keep going.
No, dude. My hair is weird, okay? And people comment about it all the time. I get it, dude. My hair's always been weird. My whole life, people have made comments about my hair. It just does what it does. And especially now when the air gets super dry, it gets this like Kramer thing going on. And then I put my headphones on, right? And then it gives me the front thing. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just like do this. Ready? We'll go.
Have you ever gone full Cosmo Kramer and like just
no
wink? Oh man, because your hair is like curly.
Oh, it's super curly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always hard for me to find barbers because people don't know what to do with it most of the time. And so when I find a good barber, which I have one now, but he's all the way down like in Atlanta, and it's like almost a 45-minute drive one way. So then that's why it's long, because then I want to go down there, do all that, and it's a whole fucking thing. So, man,
I don't hate it. I think it's working for you. I will say that finding a barber that is like your barber it feels like it's such an important thing for a guy.
Yeah.
I think to find a good barber, because like you don't need to go to Great Clips or anything. You need to find a real barber. My guy, Hobby, he's been cutting my hair for like 11 years.
Damn.
And he's like, he cut my hair for my wedding. He's met Graham right after he was born. I've met his kids. It's like, we're friends.
My guy is Glenn, who, if anyone remembers Jesse Wilson, who I used to tour with back in the day, it's Jesse's brother. And and G is just, he's such a badass dude. He's from Brooklyn, and just like, I fucking love the guy. We just sit there and shoot the shit. And he's got a really rad, vibey barbershop in Little 5 Points in Atlanta. If you called Groomsmen, if you're in Atlanta looking for a great barbershop. So anyways, yeah, we got that, and then we got a new puppy last week, man. Copper, and it's been a whirlwind of a week. Started out a little rough, I'm not gonna lie. Penny was deeply upset. Like we brought him home, and he's a Bernedoodle puppy, and Penny was like, what have you done? I think she maybe thought she was like being replaced or something. The poor girl. Right. She was so upset. So the first few days were a little iffy, but they've warmed up to each other, and now they're becoming best buds. And he's a cutie. He's a sweetheart.
Like it's a Bernese mountain dog, right?
He's mostly poodle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Penny's the same way. They're like they're the type of doodle where they're 75% standard poodle and 25% whatever they're mixed with. So Penny's golden, he's Bernese, and
fancy mutts.
Yeah, and dude, doodles get a bad rap. People always think they're crazy, and I get it. A lot of them are crazy, but I think it's people think. Okay, my theory on the doodle thing is that a lot of people who are maybe first-time dog owners or are not super like active dog owners will get a doodle because they think, oh, well, they don't shed and they're hypoallergenics. They're not that high maintenance. I can just, dude, those dogs, I mean, when you have a two intelligent breeds like that, especially poodle, they require a ton of attention and a ton of like mental stimulation and exercise. And if you don't do that, yeah, they go crazy. But luckily, Tilly turns out is an excellent dog trainer. So she's been working with Copper, and he's a great listener. He's a good boy.
Good.
So
that's awesome. Frazier will, like garbage cans with the foot pedal that opens up. He will open them. He can open them in our bathroom, and he gets like tissue and like toilet paper rolls and stuff.
That's wild. Dude.
And oh my God. But I genuinely think, and by the way, all the people who complain about skip the ketchup, that's why there's timestamps.
Yeah. Relax. All right.
We have a dog trainer that comes occasionally that works with like everybody. And, it's really good, helpful tips and tricks on like stuff. Cause I genuinely think, cause they told us this, that dogs can have forms of autism. And I think Frazier's autistic. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but like, we're like, why are you doing this? And he looks at you like, what? Like and sometimes he knows, but man, he is just like, he's so difficult. And then he like flips, and he's the sweetest. He loves me. And since we got another dog, Frazier's like all over me because the new dog, Pippin, loves Morgan so much. Like he won't leave her alone. Dude,
I'm so lucky that Tilly is so good at training. Yeah. Like she really does genuinely have like a natural instinct for it. I just do what she tells me to do because I'm like, I don't know. Like, okay. Because right now we're trying to get him sort of crate trained. Maybe did you feed him too much Tylenol or something when he was a puppy? Like,
maybe.
Yeah. We're trying to get him like fully crate trained right now. He's got a little separation anxiety. And Tilly just kind of knows intuitively like how to make it work. And then when it's my turn, I'm like, here's a treat, bud. Do you like that? No. Okay. How about some toys? You want some toys? No. This is why I'm not having kids. Cause I don't want to. The thing about a puppy is like after a few months of that, then they kind of settle in, you get into your routine, but a kid, I couldn't
kids get easier.
Nah. Yeah,
Graham, he's in that cause he's 7. Had a pretty big moment yesterday where someone like picked on him pretty hard and he like cried in front of everybody, which is like really rough on him.
I feel like that happens to everyone. We all have that moment.
Yeah, for sure. But he's like, I don't know, like all my friends and Morgan's friends who have kids the same age said all their boys have just turned insane. And he is just like, I don't know. It's like he's sneaking Skittles or something. He's like losing his mind. Just all that red 40. But he's just been like out of his mind crazy. And then just the most loving, sweet kid. But it's bittersweet because he's 7 and he's huge. So there's going to be a point where he's just like, get off me, Dad. Like, don't hug me. You can't, don't kiss me on the forehead anymore, you jerk, So looking forward to that.
You might not do that. You don't know.
I don't know. I think it's a normal thing. I think like, they love you. They love you. They love you. They stop loving you. They fight with you and then they love you again. So we'll say, I'm not looking forward to that middle part.
God bless you. My whole life, I've just always known like, I don't want kids, man. Not the dad thing is not for me. And the whole thought of it just fills me with the most like anxiety I can imagine. So
you can never prepare for it. And the moment they like look at you, especially when they're old enough to talk and they like tell you they love you with like the most sincerity that you've ever seen or heard, you just go, all right.
I'm sure it's great. It's great. I don't,
I know. I'm not going to convince you, and that's okay. Well, before we get too deep into the conversation we're going to have today, we need to thank our sponsor of this episode, Sweetwater. If you want to see some of the stuff that we use on the show to make the show, you want to get some yourself, or you're trying to find that last minute Christmas present for somebody or yourself, click that link in the description below and go to sweetwater.com. Check it out.
One of the things I actually do really like about Sweetwater is they are logistically so dialed in. Like you've been to you've seen the warehouse, right? We did the warehouse tour. It's amazing. Like
I'm super jealous of it.
It's pretty wild, dude. Like, if you're ever in Fort Wayne, Indiana, it's like an 8th wonder of the world out there, the Sweetwater warehouse. But,
the amount of, truck bays that they have? Because it's a huge, like, it's not just one building. It's like a whole.
It's a campus. It's a legitimate campus. Yeah.
But like the warehouse, like it looks like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark in there, but also there's just so many truck bays, and it's like, UPS, FedEx, everything. They're just getting them out the door like constantly. And I ordered another one of these things, my little mic mute. And, I got it in just a couple days, and there was like 6 bags of candy in there. So I don't know if they knew it was me, or they know it comes here and there's guys that eat all the candy, but man, Sweetwater be treating us right, and we appreciate it. And they're a great place to shop. Good people.
Yeah. So if you need that last minute gift, quick turnaround time, quick shipping, and or if you got something you didn't quite like and you want to exchange it for something else, Sweetwater's got a great return policy. So links in the description. Those are affiliate links. Great way to support the show if you enjoy what we're doing here. And thanks to Sweetwater for sponsoring today's episode. Also, shout out to the patrons. We got a nice little crowd here in the Patreon chat today. If you want to join the Patreon, you'll get some special perks like being able to watch the show live while we record and, be a part of the show, as well as a special Patreon-only bonus episode. So links for all that stuff in the description.
Yeah, we get kind of bucky over there.
Yeah.
Well, I have a hot take that Addison prepared earlier. Addison still killing it, did all his homework and got us everything we need.
Because we can't do it. God knows. Now we got this thing built and we brought Addison in. We're like, we don't know how this works anymore. Just
you do it.
Yeah.
But I think that, it's good. Okay. So, hot take for us. Prices for gear are reaching a point where expensive guitars, particularly vintage guitars bought at vintage prices, will be seen as uncool and a dumb relic of the past. First thought, seeing a 59 burst and a Klon into a Dumble isn't they're serious about their tone, is that they're throwing cash at covering up how they actually play and how the money they spent on gear would be enough to improve my quality of life. I don't understand. Solid, versatile, and durable budget boards, a respectful approach to touring rig, and guitars that punch above their price point will attract more attention and be the new cool.
This is interesting.
There's a lot to unpack here.
I wonder, did they give their name?
Arthur.
I wonder how old Arthur is. This reads as very like Gen Z. What do they say? Gen Z coded these days?
Is that what they say? I try to stay away from all of it. So.
I don't know. Okay, so this is a very interesting take because time will tell, and I think it is more of a subjective thing. It's based on your experience, and it's based on who you like and who you like to listen to and what types of sounds you go for. I think to some extent this is probably already true. This has probably always been true, right? Like this is where we get the cork sniffer meme from and all that kind of stuff. But I do think this is probably related to the fact that everything is so goddamn unaffordable and expensive in life now, and younger generations. I'm 35, you're 40. People,
41.
People younger than us are like not going to own homes and not going to. It's our economy and our society, especially here in the United States, is just kind of like it's the enshittification of everything, right? Like monopolies are taking over. Even Netflix. You saw Netflix just bought Warner Brothers, right? Like
nuts.
This is, I think, a really interesting facet of the fact that people are completely fed up and are really struggling with the affordability crisis, and they're angry, and they're rightful to be angry. People are absolutely right to be angry, and so when they see someone that is playing burst with a Klon into a 2-rock or whatever,
Dumble,
sorry. Which, to be fair, that doesn't happen. Like, when have you ever been out and seen someone at a gig other than Bonamassa play?
Or Jason Isbell. Like, it's just kind of them.
It's like those two guys, right? But I understand the sentiment, which is that like, oh, you play nice gear, you have money, you're part of the problem.
Right.
And I don't think that's true at all, but I understand the sentiment.
Yeah, I think what we see, like we're seeing the kind of the tail end of these guitars being the things that people have worked really hard to kind of attain. And granted, the prices are nuts, but I think all these things in life are going to be cyclical, right? I never thought I would see early 2000s like guitars or stuff from the late 90s that I was seeing when I was getting into guitar become expensive. And they are, and not to the levels of bursts and dumbles and Klons and stuff. But I do think, there's always going to be this moment where the next generation moves up. They hopefully have some sort of career where they're able to kind of look back and get the things that they wanted or the things that they've always aspired to. But it'll just change. And I think eventually all this vintage stuff, I think it will kind of die down.
I think so too. It's not going to I don't know that the vintage market will ever crash, but I think it will tail off a little bit.
Yeah, not entirely. It's like, it's getting to a point where some of the stores that are pricing stuff, and without naming names, I think it's kind of ridiculous what numbers they're putting on guitars, that even just a few years ago, when things were even stronger, these prices were lower. And it's pretty nuts. But I don't think that, like, the thought of buying something affordable and building things on a budget that sound good, that's always been cool. Like, it's always been impressive for someone to go, what is that? How much was it? Man, it sounds great. That'll never go away. But I also don't think like the allure of a burst or a mid 60s Strat or a Nocaster or anything will ever truly go away either. I think they're always going to be those icons because the music that they made is timeless and will forever be loved, or at least we hope, right?
Oh, it will.
Yeah.
I would say, Arthur, you're probably angry at the wrong people, or maybe not Arthur specifically, but I think this take is like, this is the billionaire's fault. Billionaires should not exist. This is what happens when you have private equity taking over everything.
Yeah.
It's the enshittification. It's like, it's not unique to the guitar space.
Right.
But don't look at someone's rig. Like my R9 that I bought at Norm's, I spent $7,500 on that guitar. That's the most money I've ever spent on a guitar. On, I think, maybe anything other than a car.
Right.
Or my house. And I worked really fucking hard for that. Like, I started a YouTube channel. I built a course business. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of hours invested in this thing. And it allowed me to be able to purchase a $7,500 R9. You have built a business, multiple businesses now. You have, even in the years we've known each other, I have seen you work thousands and thousands of hours.
Yeah.
But this is a complicated one for me because on one hand, like I see it and I feel it, but then on the other hand, it's like, yeah, you're mad at the wrong people, I think.
Yeah. Cause I mean, like for me, like if I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to save my money and I'm going to find one and I'm going to buy like a broken neck burst or whatever and like, make it happen for myself. Then like, I don't know, do I deserve to get dumped on for that? Not that I would do that. I mean, it's like even something that is like stripped of paint and broken is going to be way too much money. Because let's face it, it's still just a guitar. But man,
you just don't know. You don't know where people are coming from, right? Like, yeah, it could be.
People could have had this stuff.
Right. This could be a rich, the stereotypical super rich guy gets into this, goes and drops 20 grand on a rig or whatever, just because he wants to like noodle some blues lines or whatever. Yeah, it could be that. Or could be someone who's been playing for decades and they've worked and they've saved up and they've accumulated this gear over decades. That's the other part of this, is that just because something is that valuable now doesn't mean that it was that. Maybe they bought the Klon from Bill Finnegan and spent
95.
Yeah, maybe they spent, what was it, $375 when you could order them?
When they first came out, they were like the $275, something like that.
That's my point. It's like just because you see someone's rig, and you see the current dollar amount for it, doesn't mean that that's what they have invested in. And even if it does, it doesn't mean that they just went out and dropped money because money's no object and they're super rich and they don't care and they're part of the problem and all this kind of stuff. Like,
yeah. Do you know how much a Dumble costs if you bought it from Howard?
No.
Not much.
Yeah, like that's the thing. They weren't that expensive when you could get them. So I hear you. I think you're justified in feeling this way, but it's the billionaire's fault. It's not the people playing nice guitars and nice rigs. Billionaires should not exist. Burn it all down. And
start over.
Fucking yeah, I'm not joking. This is like
man, I was
$1 billion, dude.
I don't think it's like it's getting to the point where it's all so ridiculous. And by the way, this episode is going to be kind of free form because we don't have Addison steering the ship, like stay on target. But like it's an unfathomable amount of anything, you know, even $1 million. Like when you think about how much like is a lot.
Okay. You've heard the difference between like 1 million seconds is how many days? Look this up.
Here, I'll just look at it and say how many days is 1 million seconds. That is what? That's only 11 and a half days.
Yes. 1 million seconds is 11 and a half days. 1 billion seconds is 31 years.
It's crazy.
You can't convince me that any billionaire has made that money ethically. Like you just can't. There's no way. There's no ethical way to make $1 billion. And look, I'm not an economist. I'm, take my words with a grain of salt, I guess. But it's just
it's nuts.
Okay. I'm trying not to spin.
I was going to say, when I posted my guitar collection video on my YouTube channel the other day, and I was like, am I going to get like a bunch of crap for this, for having nice stuff? I was really kind of nervous. It's been nice. No one's been really mean about it.
Yeah.
But no, I think I've called a lot of those people.
I think a lot about that stuff all the time. Like I'm a car guy. I've loved cars my entire life since I was a little boy. And one day I will own a Porsche, probably either a 911 or like a 944 turbo, because I've always loved Porsches. And there's the trope of the guy driving the 911 being an asshole or whatever. Right. But I don't know. I know some people that drive Porsches that are incredibly cool. We know people that drive cars like that are incredibly cool, who either saved up and bought them, or in the case of one of our friends, physically rebuilt and restored the thing like by himself in his garage. Like you just don't know where stuff came from and how people came about it. And so you can't really paint with a broad brush with that. When you see someone driving something, you see someone with a Rolex on or whatever, like you don't know the circumstances behind it.
Yeah. My guitar tech has a Porsche, and he saved and saved and saved, and it was his dream, and he bought one. And now he has one.
Yeah.
So, well, let's dive into some of the crap that's been going on in the world that's not money related. Well, I guess it's all kind of money related.
It's all kind of money related. Well, do you want to talk about the Morello guitar? That's kind of a nice little segue here.
Let's do that.
Arm the Homeless.
Arm the Homeless. This is such an interesting thing that Fender has done. Forgive my clicking keyboard. Some people might like it. They might find it. Let me pull it up on the thing. I've never done this from Addison's side of the.
We're so out of practice with this shit. It's crazy.
Here we go. And it's loading.
Any second now.
Here it comes.
And here we go.
I'll just click it again. There it goes.
There we go. See? Yep. I knew it could do it. All right.
So Fender released basically the Partscaster that Tom Morello has famously played for a long time.
This is really interesting. So, first of all, I love Tom Morello.
Yeah.
Love Rage. Love Audio Slave.
Yeah. What about Chicken Foot?
I don't know Chickenfoot.
It's unrelated.
Deeply. Okay. Cool.
Sorry.
Think about Alan Jackson. You like Chattahoochee? So obviously a super famous guitar, well documented. People know the history and the story. How did Fender get away with this? Because this is not a Fender by any stretch of the imagination.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because, they have EVH now, so they can do a hockey stick headstock.
Okay.
I mean, this is a strap body, so get away with that. And they did another Tom Morello guitar. Not too long ago.
What's that one called?
Matthew knows. Fender had made the Soul Power guitar, but this one, I mean, this is a much more famous instrument from Tom's arsenal. And we talked about this on the live stream.
The disclaimer is wild, dude.
The disclaimer.
I've never seen this before anywhere.
Where'd it go?
What? What are you doing, man?
I was trying to zoom in, dude, enhance.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Right.
So on the guitar is a hammer and sickle. And there's a disclaimer that says the artwork of this product includes a hammer and sickle symbol that may be restricted or banned in certain jurisdictions. And it just goes on to say that if you buy it, you have to work within the jurisdictions that you are in, so you don't I don't know, break any laws about having a hammer and sickle on stuff, which is crazy. And Fender is they're indemnifying and defending home harmless Fender musical instruments and its affiliated companies. Really funny.
Dude, go back down to the copy. So I like how they phrased this. Every component, including its characteristic hockey stick headstock and powerful visual messaging, captures Morello's unwavering commitment to musical innovation and social change. That is the most milquetoast, written by a lawyery salesperson copy I've ever read. Now, I will say, shout out to Fender, who I believe they are owned by a private equity firm, right?
I don't know.
Their parent company is something in the private equity space.
They have a car lot, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, probably Reverb. Not a lot of socialists or Marxists at the top of that company, and yet they put this out pretty much unchanged from Tom's actual guitar, messaging, powerful messaging and all. Yeah. So that's pretty cool, I mean, whether or not you agree with it doesn't really matter. I just think it's cool that they did it, it exists. And I believe a portion of the proceeds from this are going to a charity, right?
Sounds like Tom.
That. Yeah, I read that somewhere. I think it's cool, man.
I love it. And I've loved Rage for a long time. Do you remember the first time you heard about Rage Against the Machine?
Not specifically the first time, but I think I was probably in middle school, early 2000s.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was in high school and the Spanish teacher, I took French, but a lot of my friends took Spanish. She knew that we played music and, liked rock music and stuff. Such a, dorky way to put it. But she brought us the first Rage album with the self-immolating monk on it and stuff. And she was like, go make copies of this, because everybody had a CD burner. And she's like, bring it back. Don't show anybody that I gave you.
Hell yeah. Dude,
and so oh man, I'll never forget. Put it in my car, heard Bomb Track. I was like, oh shit. So it was a cool time.
Man, yeah, I do love that music. Would you play that guitar?
No.
At a gig?
No.
Yeah, so I don't know that I would either, and not for a political statement, because I actually agree with most of Tom's politics. He's someone that I really admire. But that's one of those things to me that it's so clearly an artist's guitar that kind of, to me, falls under the cosplay camp. You know what I mean? If it was just the blue strap body and everything, that'd be a different situation, but then it wouldn't be Tom's Arm the Homeless guitar. So it kind of begs the question, like, who's going to buy these? Fans, collectors. They're $1,700, which I think is a pretty good price.
Yeah.
Came in at the right price point for that guitar. You're getting a Floyd, you're getting EMGs, like, cool guitar.
Yeah, I know, I agree. I mean, like, if it didn't have the hippos and the Arm the Homeless and the hammer and sickle on it, I think, like, it would probably sell really well. And I would be interested for sure. Cause I love the big banana headstock. I don't like, the ball ends sticking out of the tuners. I mean, I know that's how Tom does it. But you know, it's cool looking. But I don't know. I like where the switch is too. And you have 2 volumes so you can do all the staccato things or pull your cable out and tap the bridge. Like
yeah. No, it's cool. I'm glad Fender did it. It's a cool move. I like that they committed to it. I like that they even did leave the ball ends off. I mean, that's it's dumb, but God damn it. I forgot to turn the radio off again.
My ham.
Sorry. But yeah, like, as a fan of Tom Morello and most of the projects that he's done, most of the work that he's done, and the things that he stands up for and the things that he advocates for, I don't think I could play that guitar, not because of any political reason, just because it's so clearly the Tom Morello guitar that it would feel like I'm like wearing a costume. Oh yeah. I mean, it is, anytime you have anything like that is so like exactly the same. Like I struggle to think of any other signature guitars that are that kind of ubiquitous with an artist, I guess. Yeah, I felt it a little bit with the Triple Caster, but the thing is the Triple Caster is a new guitar, so it doesn't have the decades of, there's no posters of Jack playing that for years, Yeah, it's just like Jack White's, idealized guitar for where he's at now as an artist, and it either works for you or it doesn't work for you. It definitely works for me. I'm a huge fan of that guitar. But yeah, overall, looking at the Triple Caster, looking at this, looking at some of the other stuff Fender has done, I have to hand it to him, man. I think Fender is kind of killing it right now. Like, whether or not you agree with the pricing structure or whatever, I think they're making all the right moves in terms of the visual side of the brand and the marketing side. Like, they're doing cool stuff. Yeah. They're partnering with cool artists. They have been doing a good job of targeting that younger thing that we always talk about that Gibson has just been stumbling on for years and years now. And this is just another example of that. I know Morello and Rage are not like a young band, but there are a lot of young people that still listen to Rage because it kicks ass. Those records are amazing. Oh my God. So good. If you haven't really dove in to the first handful of Rage Against the Machine records, you owe it to yourself. Yeah. It's fantastic. One of my favorite things, though, is seeing like MAGA people like using Rage Against the Machine stuff at like Trump rallies or whatever. And like, do you not understand what they're saying? Do you not? You don't get it, man. You don't get it. You are the machine, you are man. The machine they're raging against, dude. I know. It's really funny. Well, let's move on to something a little more lighthearted. Oh yeah. Let's talk about the Big Mu겪 too. You and I have not talked about this. We haven't. But Matthew and I threw around some alternative names. I thought it could have been called the Big Muff again. Too muff, too furious. Too big, too muff. Too big, too muff. Yeah. But what a cool thing that JHS has done. And honestly, the aesthetic of this thing is bang on perfect. Yeah. I got one. I made a video with it. It's up there. The box. I love the box. I just got it in the box and it's up on my shelf up there. You can kind of see it, I think, right there. I love the aesthetic. I love the vibe. Sonically, it's very cool. And it's very different than any other Big Muff I have played. The video that I did with it, I found kind of my sweet spot, which is that it responds to rolling off your guitar volume in a very interesting way. Typically fuzzes, if they do respond well to your guitar volume going down, they'll clean up, they'll get, nicer sounding, prettier sounding. This gets almost saw wave monosynthy. And, because there's so much mid-range there, you still keep a lot of the sustain and the fuzziness, but it softens up, and the attack of the note softens up a lot, and you get this beautiful like violin synthy lead line thing that I have not gotten out of any other fuzz pedal before.
Is it kind of like, remember when John Mayer did that Crossroads cover?
Yeah.
And had that solo that was like, was it kind of like that?
Mm-hmm.
That was a Cornish pedal.
It's in the same kind of territory. That was a little more harsh sounding though. That was more like a square wave distortion, like hard clipping thing. Yeah. This is obviously, it's op amp fuzz. It is distorting. I guess like a square wave, right? It's doing a
yeah.
But I don't know. It's different. It's very sweet sounding. It's very mellow when you roll the volume off. Now, when you go full all the way up, it's gnarly. It's very mid forward, which traditionally Big Muffs aren't known for that. So
okay, well that's why I modded the Big Puffed to be the way it is, because I wanted this to be way more mid forward, and I have yet to hear this in person yet, so I want to get one before they're gone, because I do love Big Muffs, but and to know that it's mid forward makes me a little more interested, because I love the mid forward nature of this.
I think you would like this a lot.
Okay,
and
I like Big Muffs, like in general. They're cool. They're an icon.
And I know they were doing a limited release, and I didn't know how many that was. They didn't tell me, and I figured maybe they're doing, typically like 100 or 500. There's 5,700 of these things?
57. The idea like of pedal releases being limited and being into the multiple thousands is so odd.
Yeah. When I read that on the release day, I was like, can we call this limited? Like, yeah, I guess technically if they're only going to build 5,700 of them, but like,
why 5,700? It's such an odd number.
That is a weird.
Is there something related to like electroharmonics?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either.
We should shout out. This is all in service of a book that Josh and Daniel Danger have been working on. It's called Made on Earth for Rising Stars, the Electroharmonics Story. It's available for pre-order now. This is not sponsored. I pre-ordered my copy. Josh sent me a couple of the chapters early for me to read. It's incredible. The stuff I've read so far, it's like all these stories and interviews with artists and like their relationship to electroharmonics. Apparently there's also stuff in there. Did you see the story that this week about Mike Matthews talking about harnessing power from the magnetosphere?
The magnetosphere?
So I sent that to Josh, and he was like, "Oh, dude, it goes way deeper than that." He goes, "They've been experimenting with wild stuff for decades." He's like, "There's a lot of it in the book. They talk about in the book." That's all he said. But, anyways, I think this is super cool. There's a ton of work and man hours behind this book, and I think they want to do more. So I think the success of this book and the pre-sales will dictate with the publisher, like, can they get the next thing funded, basically? So
yes. Oh, the other 300 is going to Third Man. So
yeah, and they're yellow, right?
Yeah, they're yellow.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they are.
But anyways, yeah. Apparently Mike Matthews and the EHX team over there are trying to harness some power out of the magnetosphere. Should
we talk about that? I mean, it's so odd because like it's still Bob Meyer that in the article, that's who is named as like who's helping him like harness the Earth's power, right?
In the JHS video for this pedal, they have Bob Meyer in the video, and there's a segment where he kind of talks about that a little bit. And he's like, yeah, we've been trying to figure this out for a long time. And I think he alludes to something like, oh, we don't know how to do it. I'm like, yeah, can you even?
Mike, and it said former Bell Labs. That's Bob Meyer, right? Yeah, Bob Meyer. So they apparently they're just thick as thieves over there. Yeah. Are trying to figure out a way to tap into a near limitless supply of energy in the planet's magnetosphere. Which sounds like the plot from like a bad Superman movie or something, but I don't know. It's really strange.
This is one of those things I truly don't know anything about. And it sounds like it could either go to fringe bleeding edge science or we're one step away from chemtrails, Like Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all apparently in service of trying to offset the incredible amount of power that AI is now sucking from the power grid all over the world.
I have an AI story.
So
after this,
but
Bell Labs is impressive. So my dad's always worked for the phone company. He worked for AT&T, then Bell South, and now he's still with AT&T. And he's always been on the technical engineering side. The amount of shit that Bell Labs has invented and discovered over the years is like the cosmic microwave background radiation, like the remnants of the Big Bang was discovered by Bell Labs because they were, I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. They were noticing there was like a noise level in their radio towers that they couldn't account for, and they couldn't figure out what it was, if it was noisy equipment or whatever, and ended up discovering the remnants of the Big Bang. All kinds of stuff. The transistor, I think, was Bell Labs.
I'd have to read this Wikipedia. I knew Alexander Graham Bell was who started it. So
if you watch Severance, the Lumen headquarters is the former Bell Labs headquarter building up in New Jersey.
I haven't watched it yet. I want to.
Beautiful shit. Dude, it's amazing. It's gorgeous.
I've heard.
It's so well done.
It's just like one more damn streaming service I gotta subscribe to.
I know. But it is good. It is worth watching. Can I share my AI story?
You can share whatever you want. This is our show, and if those watching don't like it, they can leave.
We're very combative.
Addison's not here. Addison grounds us. He keeps us nice.
Yeah, he does. He is genuinely one of the nicest people that I know, and it makes me feel bad sometimes. I'm like if I cuss around him, I feel bad. Like, I don't know if
I try to rein it in. I try to be, respectful, but also I feel like I should rein it in because I cuss a lot.
Yeah, I do too. So this week I was hanging out with some buddies, and all musicians and songwriters, and one of the people there, songwriter, singer, I will leave his name out of it for now. Well-known artist. And we somehow the topic of AI and Suno came up. He goes, dude, so I'm talking to other well-known songwriter the other day. He's like, do you know how the Nashville guys are all using Suno now, like the songwriters? I was like, no. He goes, look at this. So pulls out his phone. He plays us a voice memo. Typical, just voice and acoustic guitar, set his phone on the desk, was like just finished the song and was demoing it into his phone. He's like, I wrote this song, I don't know, 5 years ago and just haven't done anything with it. And I wanted to see like what we're dealing with here with the Suno thing, like know your enemy almost kind of thing. So he signs up for the program, drops the voice memo in, which is just an acoustic guitar and his vocal, and prompts it and says, make this a I forget exactly what he said, like a Jamiroquai style funk song, for example. And then he plays us what it spat out. And I was shocked and horrified and amazed all at the same time. Playing from his phone sounded like a fully mastered, full band, fully produced song that was correct. There was a horn arrangement that, like, the horns were properly arranged, like the voice leading of the chords. It added a bridge section that wasn't there. I think he had prompted it to like add a bridge or whatever. The chords were good and right. The chord changes were good. His vocal, which he was kind of halfway singing into his voice memo, it took that and extrapolated and turned it into a full vocal performance that was mixed and sounded like him. And it was so convincing that had he not told us beforehand that this was AI and Suno, I would have totally bought it, that he had gone in the studio and worked with the producer and this was going to be his next single. And it was fucking good, man. It sounded good. It was cool. Yeah. The bass, he showed us this one part where there's a bass line, in between, I think, like the verse and the chorus, and the bass line does a lick, and it mimicked the fret buzz on the bass, like perfectly.
Huh.
And he's like, yeah, this is what the songwriters in Nashville, the track guy in Nashville for like songwriting sessions, track guy is gone, no more. Which, used to be if you're in a co-write or whatever, you'd usually have the 2 or 3 songwriters in the room, and then someone would be there running Logic who would be just kind of like building a track out as a demo while they're doing it. Now what they do is they just basically do this. They write a song, they get an acoustic and a vocal, and they drop it in. They're like, let's hear what this sounds like as a country song. Let's hear what this sounds like as a top 40 pop song. Let's hear what this sounds like. And it just starts spitting out these things. He showed us another example where it's a song that he has and has released, and it's done in his typical style. He's like, man, I dropped this in, fully produced song. It's like, make this a country song. I want to hear what this sounds like as a country song. And it was good. I mean, it sounded like pop country, so it wasn't good, but it fulfilled the role.
Right.
And there's 5 or 6 of us in the room, all musicians, all, we do this full time. We do this for a living. And we were all looking at each other like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's a scary thing, man.
It is. And I mean, like I saw recently, and I haven't verified this, but there's more AI stuff on the internet than not now.
The dead internet theory.
And so it's terrifying that this is the way it's going. But at the same time, I'm hopeful that humans still like crave art. I think it's inherent to being human is being able to appreciate and enjoy it. Different levels, one can argue, but, man, it is a shame that this is like this complete lack of effort is going to replace, so many people's livelihoods.
It's weird, right? Because it's like, and we had this conversation, which was because obviously this person, he's not going to release shit like this. He's a well-respected, well-known songwriter and artist, and he just did it to see like what are we actually working with here? What's going on? And what he said was like, man, I forget what he said, maybe 300 songs that he's written that have never been cut. They've never ended up on stuff. And he's like, so I'm just going through my back catalog now and taking these demos and dropping them in and just saying like, hey, what would this sound like this as a way of like a sketchpad idea thing.
Yeah.
And on one hand, I hear that and I'm like, okay, that's kind of a cool, yeah, I get it. It's okay. That's a cool way to use this. I can see that being used as a tool. But then on the other hand, the generative AI part of it, and there's a difference between generative AI and like using an LLM to help you, with admin stuff or scheduling stuff or whatever. Right. If you're using generative AI, I don't know, man. I struggle with that part of it a lot.
Yeah. Because
then you're taking a core element of the creative process out of it, Right.
And isn't, all this is sort of built upon the backs of art that has already been created.
Yeah. Stolen. I mean, created and stolen. Like, let's be clear. Like, this is all stolen work. Scraped as I understand it, scraped the entire internet, basically. And all of recorded music and everything. So that part of it is, but this shit's not going away. And it's only getting bigger, better, faster, stronger, or whatever. And it's going to be more and more ubiquitous.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man.
So recently I had I laughed, and then I also got really sad because I shared a reel on Instagram, and it was one of those collaborative things, and someone replied, and I'm like, who the hell is it? Because every time you see a blue check, now anybody can buy a blue check now. Mm-hmm. But whenever I see a blue check on Instagram, I'm usually like, okay, let's check it out. And this guy was claiming to be an AI artist. And like all his stuff was just like, these kind of cool images, but they were all just AI prompted crap. And it's like, he had a ton of followers. And I'm like, is this what people are doing now? Like, is this really, are people buying into this? And now,
no.
like, I think people are, because like when you see all ads, like if you go to the bottom of any news website, like I'm scrolling to the bottom of this Guitar World magazine, hoping that I don't see this. Like oftentimes any like generic ad that's just been, spit on there by like Google or something. A lot of the images they are not real. Like these are products that don't exist. Like I saw one the other day for some Christmas ornaments that was like Santa and Mrs. Claus naked. And it was really strange. And I'm looking at it.
Looking at this?
It was just like I was doing like Christmas shopping. It was not anywhere weird.
What kind of Christmas shopping are you doing?
It's not anywhere weird.
Hey,
they blocked all that weird stuff.
I don't want to kink shame. Like, whatever you're into.
No, it's not that. We'll talk about that in the bonus episode.
Oh yeah. You got to pay for that.
But like no joke, this was just on like a normal website that had ads on it. And I'm like, this is not real. Like that's not a real ornament. And I've seen people that have purposefully bought things. There's a Corridor episode about it where they buy AI product scams and they get them. And these things are just like a picture printed on a piece of acrylic. But like in the image, it's clearly a 3D ornament hanging there with a very scary looking Mrs. Claus.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely the scam element and the grifter side of it. What I see a lot that just makes my blood boil, I get on Threads for a good doom scroll every now and then. Man,
Threads can feed it to you and they know what you like. I think it's worse than any of them.
No, they know what you hate. And that's exclusively what it
only shows me what I like.
Oh, it just shows me what makes me mad. Which
where's
works.
my phone?
But one of the things now is like I see so much stuff on there from these pro generative AI people that will post the most ridiculously, bafflingly stupid takes on how, yes, using generative AI makes you a musician, or yes, you are an artist. I'm sick of traditional artists trying to shame us or whatever. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I try and be as, welcoming and opening with this. Art is art. You can make it however you want. Music is music. You can do whatever you want. If you're prompting a program and spitting out this slop, this garbage, and then putting it out and then calling yourself an artist or a musician or a writer or producer, that's bullshit. Yeah. That is, no, I'm sorry. Like, I think we should gatekeep that. Like, you don't have to be a super talented musician or writer, but like you need to be involved in the process. There needs to be a piece of you in it somewhere, I think, for it to be considered true art. Otherwise, you're basically a client or you're a user. You're not a writer. You're a client or a user. So
or you're a hack.
Dude, it is. It's like, and so that's what is so conflicting about this stuff for me is like on the one hand, like, or I don't know if you saw the headline last week that I think there's a certain number of songs in the top 10 Christian charts right now that are just straight up AI written, AI artists. They're not real. And, that sucks. That's garbage. It is what it is. But then I hear a case like a songwriter friend and they're like, yeah, it would be kind of cool to, take one of my songs and drop it in and be like, what would this sound like as like a, I don't know, something in this style, for example, just to hear what a different take on it. But then I'm like, well, then I didn't do that though. That wasn't my idea. That wasn't my intention. Like that idea didn't come from within me necessarily. You know what I mean? So it's just all,
dude,
feels bad. It all feels bad.
I agree. Like even like as a tool, there's a limit, right? And I'm right there with you. You have to be a creator, you actually have to create. To be a maker, you have to make.
I had one person argue with me that if you play electric guitar, that's AI. If you use a drum machine, that's AI.
What?
If you use a computer at all in the production process, that's AI.
No.
And I think the point they're trying to make is you're using some kind of external tool to augment something that you couldn't do on your own. But
no.
Like the clear disconnect here is that like I'm still doing it.
Right. It's the classic Chet Atkins thing. Man, that guitar sounds great. Sets it down. How's it sound now? No, that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. And Jackson in the chat here said, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on DJs. 100% agree on your takes, but this is similar to it. Real musicians against ones that press play and record. Now that's kind of bullshit too, because DJs and people that make this electronic music, even when they're handling a gig, like what are they going to do? Like fucking build these tracks from scratch live? No.
Yeah. Well, there are people that do that. So that's the thing. Like you can, something's awesome.
The springs on this thing. I need to start doing Foley work.
You almost sample that, dude. Yeah. Okay. There's a difference between like a just straight up DJ and like an electronic musician.
Yes.
As I've gotten deeper into this world, I've learned a lot more about it. And to be a good DJ is a true skill. It is absolutely really, really difficult to do that at a good, in a way that makes people want to move and groove and dance. I mentioned we went to go see Justice a few weeks ago.
Oh, is that how they say it?
Someone in the comments said it's pronounced that way. I don't know. They're French, so maybe. Yeah, they were basically up there with like 2 mixers and then 2 Moog synths, and they were mostly playing tracks, and then just kind of they were DJing their own music. But it was one of the most fun and cool concerts I've ever been to.
Yeah,
yeah, they're musicians. A DJ, a friend of mine has become a really successful DJ in Austin, and he does a lot of stuff in like these deep cut, like Cuban and Afro funk, and like really he curates these amazing sets of stuff that people have never heard before, and he's stitching things together in really beautiful and interesting ways. Like, yeah, man, yeah, that's musical. And if you don't see that as musical, I would challenge you as to why, because the idea of someone just pressing play on their laptop and standing there is not what happens. I think you don't understand what a DJ is actually doing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, so, granted, there are people that do that.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, maybe some shitty like wedding.
No,
DJ.
absolutely shitty people. They do it because there's just like there's a lot of shitty bands out there. There's a lot of shitty DJs and electronic artists out there. but yeah, like doing like people want to dump on Skrillex and Deadmau5 and all these guys who became kings of these electronic genres, but they're talented people that crafted good songs or songs that made people move.
That's the thing, man. Like, if it's so ridiculously easy and where you're just pressing play on a laptop, let's hear your DJ set.
Let's do it.
See what you got. Like, if it's that easy, man, do it. Like, put it up on YouTube. Let's see. Let's see you put together a 30-minute set that grooves and is interesting and makes people want to move and have a good time.
Man, like putting together a 30-minute set as just in a band, just playing normal instruments or string instruments, drums, normal instruments. What is normal? But like putting together 30-minute sets as like, a blues rock band or whatever, that shit's hard, and making it good and making it like, and performing well. And so like, it's all hard. And that's the classic thing. Like, you do it then. I would love to. There's so many times where like, most of the time, if you don't know, in the comment section, that's usually me responding. So if you're seeing like catty comments, it's not anybody but me. And I have to edit myself a lot because usually I want to be a right bitch to all these people. But yeah, I don't know. Anybody that wants to argue, you just gotta prove it.
That's my thing. I have responded in my own comments a few times if people are just like shitting on a video or something that I did in a video. I'm like, cool, man, can't wait to see your video. Like, you can do it. That you could just make your video.
Use my Sweetwater affiliate links and buy a camera.
Or not, you just use your phone or whatever. But like, there's a difference between like just sitting and commenting on something and actually stepping up and taking the risk and putting yourself out there and trying it. Even if it sucks and even if you're wrong or whatever, if it fails, at least you stepped up and did it.
Yeah. And it's funny because like all these things, every type of music that was ever not the norm, people dumped on. Like hip hop's not real music.
That pisses me off.
It's dude. Like it's always there's always these trends. That
like, one in particular though is it's based in just flat out racism and like racial stereotypes and prejudices that are just complete bullshit. That whole like rap's not music thing. Oh, dude, that.
Yeah, well, let's take away black influence on music in general and see what you're left with. There's not going to be much there. Hate to break it to you. Well, let's dip a rig. We got a good one here.
Let's cheer ourselves up and dip a rig. You're going to tend to spiral if we don't have Addison here to keep us in.
He keeps us in check for sure. No, this is a good one here. I think you're going to like this one.
Damn.
Yeah, damn indeed. So this is from our friend Ryan. We got quite the setup here. He's in an indie rock band up in Albany, New York.
Hell yeah, Ryan. Holy shit.
61 Gretsch Duo Jet, 1960 Fender Hardtail Strat, a Murphy Lab R9, not a Burst. Weak.
Garbage, dude.
Kidding. A newer 70s Gibson Flying V, a 68 Super Bass with a big, tall 1960 TV cab, 53 Fender Pro that's been converted to a 12.
TV front.
An ODS clone. And then on the pedal board front, oh man, 1977 Crybaby, Dominion Twin Step, Square Face, and Texas Ranger clone. King of Tone that he didn't pay crazy money for, he said specifically. A Japanese GE7 Boss EQ, Japanese Dimension C, Japanese Super Phaser, a J-Rocket PXO, a Fairfield Meat Mod Tape Echo, Blue Sky, HX1, Keeley Monterey, JHS Nauticlon, Dunlop Univibe. Where's the Mythos? But everything else looking
Ryan,
great.
The hell, man. Yo, I think Ryan and I can hang out.
Yeah.
This basement, I'm assuming this is a basement. The wood paneling, this room has got to be a vibe, man.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously this corner. And look, he's got the memorabilia. He's got the Vox Beatles sign up there. He's got the...
Let's see, there's a Pink Floyd poster.
Oh, man.
With a pig.
Oh, that's a mirror. That's on the other side of the the basement.
Yeah. There's some,
little ad for high voltage guitars there. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, a little the Game of Thrones. Let's see, what else we got? Albany. We got some New York plates up here.
If you blurred out the pedal board,
yeah,
and this picture looked older, you could have told me that this was taken in 1974. And
maybe with the Dumble copy, maybe not so
maybe
much,
with the Dumble copy. But okay, so 1984. Damn.
Yeah, this is cool. There's a big Variac sitting over there, in the red.
Yeah. Ryan, get a brown box.
Yes.
Ditch that Variac, get a brown box, because you got two really special vintage amps there. I don't know what your power situation's like in Albany, but those probably would benefit from a good power supply. When you got a setup like this, you should spin the coin on something like a brown box.
He's got the Variac, so you can dial it in. But the thing about the Variacs, you gotta measure it and make sure no one goes and turns it up, because you will pop them.
Just get the brown box.
Or that.
Yeah, they're great. Not an ad, not sponsored. Dude, the 60 hardtail Strat. My God.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. So let's talk about these guitars. We've got some good ones here.
Yeah, we do.
So, what did I say? The Gretsch is a 61 Duo Jet.
The double cut, man. I love the double cut Gretsch. Every double cut Gretsch, whether it's like one of the hollow bodies or the double cut Duo Jet, I love.
Yeah. Killer. 70 Flying V, I mean, it's rock and roll. That Strat though.
Wow. Yeah.
Love a hardtail Strat. It's the best kind of Strat in my opinion.
Yeah, I do like it. I like it a lot. I wonder if it's still got the three-way. You said it's a 60?
It was a 60. Yeah, 60.
Yeah.
And then a killer looking
a lowly R9. Yeah, it's a really nice top on that R9. That's my kind of top. Like muted, not a whole lot going on. I wonder how the state of the binding is in that Gretsch, because those all rotted pretty quickly. Especially if they stayed in the case. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's got the Burns Vibrola on there, and then the big the Resomax bridge or whatever they call that. Yep. Wacky bridge. Dude, these amps.
Yeah. Oh my God. A super bass. I mean, that's just like Paul Kossoff,
That's the one to have over a super lead. If you're going to get a plexi, I think if you're going to go vintage plexi, the super bass I like more than a lead.
I like the lead.
They can get fizzy though. They can be like too, like that Kerrang thing is there. I think the bass is the way I would go.
Yeah. And then the Pro, so the Pro, if you don't know, is like the first Fender bass amp. Normally this had a 15, but he converted it to a 12. It's got a cream back in it. And the Pro 53, so it's probably octal preamp tubes. It grinds. Those amps are so mean. It's probably got more gain than that Marshall. They're awesome. And then the ODS clone here, I'm not going to say who it's from because I don't want to highlight any of that and drive people to buy clones like that. I mean, like they're fine, but you can find them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, cool. Love ODS, great amp. And then pedal board. I mean, he's got a lot of killer stuff on here. It's like, what else do you need?
Dude, even the layout's great. Like I like having a little sidecar board there instead of having a giant board. I think it's awesome. The Boss looper in the middle, it's cool. I
mean, this little board is probably like Strat for the Marshall, like, cause that's like a Hendrixy kind of thing. I mean, the Klon notwithstanding.
Oh my God.
But this other big board, you can do, I mean, damn near everything with that. So really cool. I mean, this is like,
this is special.
If you asked me to come over and jam, I'd be like,
yeah, dude, Ryan, can we come over?
Yeah, invite us.
We'll bring beers or whatever you're into. I just this is cool.
Wine coolers? What do you like?
Zimas?
Oh man,
you want to Smirnoff Ice? Man, okay. This is we need a Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. We need a rig dipping Hall of Fame for both
the Trails of Fame.
The great stuff and the gnarly shit that we've seen, because we've had some real gnarly shit on the show. Dude, I mean, this is just perfect no notes. I have nothing to add or change here personally. Maybe I'm kind of with you on the clone thing, but whatever. It is what it is. This is a 10. We need like a superlative, like a 10 plus or something, because damn.
Yeah, it's all there. I mean, I love it. 10.
Wow.
10. And yeah, in the chat they're talking about this little Nintendo controller. It's probably like a Mint 10. There's pits in there.
Yeah.
Better than Altoid. You got your NES right there. So yeah, dude, killer.
This makes me so. We've talked about next year being the year we finally finished the basement studio and knocked that project out finally. And I told Tilly I want to put wood paneling down there because the house had it. No, like that, like old school 70, because this house was built in 74. Yeah. When we bought the house, the basement had some wood paneling down there. I wanted to keep it, but we couldn't. And I feel like it would just be a vibe. It would be cool. It would make it really warm and inviting. It would be true to the character of the house, and seeing that room, that rig, just confirms it.
Yeah. Morgan once said that she would be cool with a Marshall half stack in the den.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, this is why I married you. So yeah, Phil in the chat, he recently got like one of the hand wired Marshall heads in a cab, and I was like, when you want to sell that, that's going in the den. But nice. Thanks again to our sponsor of this episode, Sweetwater. If you want to learn about how we get all this gear and make the show, you can check it out in the description below, or get yourself something nice for Christmas. And then thanks again to all our patrons hanging out with us in the chat. If you want to learn about that, click the link in the description and check out our Patreon page.
Yep. Cool. Well, we're gonna skip a shill this week because we got to keep it a little short, but thanks for hanging out, everyone. Patrons, we'll see you in the bonus episode, and everyone else, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.